The life of the renowned extreme triathlete Heiko Sepp took a sudden and devastating turn in Norway. Within just hours after vaccination, Heiko developed heart inflammation with excruciating chest pain. Rushed to the hospital by ambulance, he was diagnosed with pericarditis linked to the vaccine. After vaccination, Heiko developed a severe autoimmune disease, plunging him into a world of constant pain and agony, forever altering the course of his life and ending his journey as a top-level athlete. Setting him on a path to face the greatest challenge of his life.
I've been suffering a lot. I'm all day full of pain, especially my left side. It's hard to explain how difficult it's been. Because, I used to do trainings and live like a healthy life. And now I have a problem even to deliver my kids to the school and kindergarten, pick them up. I'm basically sitting at home, can't do any training. It's start to get to eat my mental health.
After receiving the vaccine, Heiko developed a serious autoimmune disease, causing his immune system to relentlessly attack his own body. During these episodes, Heiko's entire body shuts down, leaving him bedridden. He endures a long list of debilitating symptoms, including episodes of fainting, tremors, fatigue, and extreme joint and muscle pain, as well as a very weak immune system, brain fog, headaches, and cold feet. Heiko and Anne have built their lives in Norway. Anne, who previously worked as an assistant nurse, currently serves as a health secretary, while Heiko is in the sports equipment industry. Before the COVID vaccine and disability, Heiko joyfully embraced his role as a father to their 2 young sons, as well as his daughter. While this documentary centers on Heiko's post-COVID vaccine battle, let's also journey back to celebrate his remarkable achievements and superhuman condition as a world-class extreme triathlete. There was a time when Heiko soared through life, seemingly invincible.
As we look at Heiko Sepp making the climb there.
Heiko has achieved impressive podium placements in extreme triathlons, securing his first place at Evergreen Endurance, second place at Alaska Man, and 2 third-place finishes in Norway's Ironman and Scotland's Keltman. We're meeting with Heiko's friends to discuss his sports career, and we are eager to learn about extreme triathlons.
Heiko, how's it going? Good to see you. My name is Stuart McInnes. I'm the CEO of XTri World Tour, which is a series of extreme triathlon events hosted around the world.
If you get one point.
Extreme triathlon is a sport very much like normal triathlon, but we introduce far more extreme elements. We can have water that's below 10 degrees, which wouldn't be allowed in a different type of triathlon. High winds. We often include mountains, so that gives a lot of ascent in the bike course and in the run course.
Norseman is considered one of the toughest sporting events globally, and it is also one of Heiko's favourite races. In the early morning, participants start with a 3.8-kilometre swim in the fjord. followed by a demanding 180-kilometer bike ride. The race concludes with the 42-kilometer marathon. The finish line is nearly 2 kilometers high at the mountain's summit.
Jeg vil si det den ultimate utholdenhetsprøven. Det vanskelig å finne konkurranser som så mye hardere enn det.
Heiko's friend, Jon Breivolt, is a 3-time Norseman champion and also the record holder.
Off you go! Det ganske brutalt. Fordi du kommer ikke gjennom et sånt ekstremtriatlon uten å ha en ekstremt sterk indre motivasjon. Du ser jo hvor mye det betyr for folk også når de kommer på toppen her.
Indeed, Heiko Sepp from Estonia, who is just going to make it inside the top 10. He's striding in 10th position, taking off. He's managing to stay on his feet. One of very few competitors who managed to stay on the feet with the support team there.
Have a seat.
Are you happy?
Heiko is a very good example of the type of athlete who comes to our races. Heiko is driven so hard by the desire to do well in these races, but he's interesting because he's very humble. So he doesn't tend to say that he's any good. He's incredibly good, but he's very humble about it. So Heiko will say, oh yeah, I might be able to finish this race, you know, it's pretty hard, and then he'll smash it to bits. I mean, he really is quite an incredible athlete. Heiko, in my opinion, is one of the fittest people I know.
Heiko's friend Kai Otto is a top-level extreme sports photographer.
My name is Kai Otto. For the last at least 15 years or so, I've been doing all these extreme events, triathlons, trail runs. So Heiko is the kind of guy that if there is an athlete who has an accident, or even if they come to a race and they are missing a tire, or you know something is wrong with their bike, which happens surprisingly often, Heiko will do everything he can to help that athlete fix their bike on the evening before a race when he should be in bed and sleep and get rest.
In the triathlon community, Heiko is renowned for his willingness to help and mentor.
Arbeidskapasiteten til Heiko jo helt ekstrem, og ja, han har betydd utrolig mye for veldig mange andre også. Og han har på en måte alltid hjulpet andre før han på en måte har tenkt på seg selv. Og han kommer alltid med gode råd. Så det utrolig verdifullt i min karriere.
Before the vaccine, Heiko embodied supreme vitality and excellent health. He trained and competed with utmost caution, always free from injuries, without any heart or joint problems.
Before the vaccine, my condition was really good.
His exceptionally healthy lifestyle ensured his immune system kept him free from illness. After the first vaccine, Heiko's health took a nosedive. Suddenly, he found himself grappling with a weakened immune system, enduring constant coughing and flu-like symptoms. He also faced a mysterious onset of muscle stiffness and pain. Despite these symptoms, Heiko completed the 2021 Norseman competition, unaware that his superhuman condition would soon undergo a devastating change, leaving him disabled. In September, following his second dose, within hours of vaccination, he felt tightness in his chest and shortness of breath. Overwhelming chest pain ensued, making every breath excruciatingly painful. Heiko's chest pain progressed to a critical state and he crumbled to the floor, struggling with a sense of suffocation.
It was so painful in my chest. I had problems to breathe. I couldn't get any oxygen at all. One moment I felt like that's death or something.
His wife, Anne, called the ambulance, and Heiko ended up at the Oslo University Hospital.
Covered in patches of white and soft vermilion.
And it was really scary, and I had to, the kids were crying because they've never seen Heiko like that, you know. They've seen him always like strong, and one moment they didn't understand why ambulance have to pick him up.
At the hospital, Heiko was diagnosed with vaccine-related heart inflammation. While in the hospital, Heiko noticed worsening stiffness and pain in his joints and muscles, symptoms of an autoimmune condition that rapidly escalated to become unbearable. Out of Heiko's many symptoms, one of the most shocking ones was serious muscle spasms reminiscent of those observed in Parkinson's disease.
He's like, like shaking. I think that's kind of, it worries me and him because he's thinking maybe he have Parkinson, but I'm always like, no, I don't think you have Parkinson, but it's just, I don't know what is this that you are shaking.
Fortunately, this condition eventually became milder, but still resurfaces unpredictably.
Or especially if I have to call or send message, then it's basically impossible. Because I don't feel my fingers.
His pulse is really high, even he's just like walking. So that's kind of really unusual for Heiko, because he always have like normal pulse or even lower pulse.
Nii need hommikud hakkavad. See hommikud on kõige keerulisemad ajad, et ma ei...
When we first showcased Heiko's story over 2 years ago, he had endured 6 months of serious pain and was very frail. Despite this, there was hope as he worked in rehabilitation and showed signs of improvement. In the spring of 2022, Heiko was even able to ramp up his training. Although still stiff and in pain, he pushed himself with swimming, biking, short runs, giving hope for a full recovery. He even endured an entire race, but it had an immense strain on his body, and the recovery afterward was devastating. He has learned that periods of improvement are followed by his body reverting to disability, improving in summer and worsening each winter.
He was at his peak, you know, before all this happened, and he could have been competing for years to come, 8 or 10 years at least left on like a high level at these extreme races. You know, he was the toughest guy ever. He was a badass and even looked really badass, you know, and he would get up in the morning maybe at 3 a.m. to go for a bike ride or a swim or training, and then he would go home, wake up his kids, prepare their food, bring them to school or kindergarten, and then he would go home and go to work, basically. It's kind of sad to see now what happened with Heiko and that he's struggling, you know.
I used to be always like laughing, going around, always happy, doing my training, after training, coming home, always like full of energy. And now I'm sitting at home and trying to find some positive things, you know. But it's getting harder and harder.
I've seen him always in good shape. Before kids, he used to
training minimum 4 hours, 3 hours, like that's his shortest training days. And then to see him not even getting up from the bed, that's really hard. It's like you're just 40 years old, and how could the body just collapse like that? And it's just so hard for me to process that.
While Heiko's autoimmune symptoms noticeably improve in the summertime, he endures debilitating muscle and joint pain in the cold Norwegian climate, which on certain days is so severe that it paralyzes his daily life.
I have really high pain tolerance because I used to do Ironman, but this pain is sometimes so horrible that grown-up man basically want to cry. I feel like someone hit a knife in my joints.
When you hear kids playing, and of course they always coming yeah, Papa, come down and come and play with us. But now it's coming more and more this kind of days when I just don't stand up and I say, you have to play by yourself. Especially now when it's over 20 degrees minus outside, so my body will tell me right away what's going on outside.
Heiko's compromised immune system leaves him constantly battling flu-like symptoms, headaches, and fatigue.
I wake up many times at night. Every night the same problems. I get cramps, I have horrible pain. So every morning when I have to wake up, it's just so... I'm tired because I haven't slept well. In the morning I feel somehow like I'm 90 years old.
The physical pain is horrific. Yet the mental part is starting to break his spirit.
It's been over 2.5 years, and it started totally to destroy me inside. So it's mentally and everything.
I get a lot of support from her. Of course, it's not easy for her.
I can't even imagine if I don't have a supportive family, and Anne, they are always here, they're helping me with everything. Otherwise, it's even hard to think about how I probably already gave up long time ago.
You got some fishing holes, yeah? I mean, clearly there's something wrong with him. That's obvious to us all. We can see that in his physicality. We can see that. We've been walking on the lake today in the cold, and you can see after 10 minutes he's in pain. But these are quite cool. This is not invented. There's something wrong with him. And it's progressively got worse. And interestingly with Heiko, because he's got such a strong mindset, he's never really made a fuss about it. He says things, I didn't have a good day, I couldn't get up this morning, whatever. But he's always been very positive about it. But I've seen that get worse more recently, which is worrying for me to watch as a friend, because I can see his mindset changing. He's always been very positive. And now there's a little bit of the dark side coming through now and again, which I haven't seen before.
He's been struggling to get help, He's been contacting all these doctors and everything, both in Norway and abroad. But it's difficult to get a exact diagnosis, I think.
Heiko senses a feeling of abandonment by the national healthcare system, and he feels that he's left without a diagnosis and the necessary treatment.
They still keep saying basically that you are not sick, and that's so irritating.
We reviewed Heiko's medical history pre-vaccination and found no issues with joints, muscles, heart, or immune system. Aside from a fully recovered shoulder injury 20 years ago, Heiko has been exceptionally healthy and injury-free. What stands out is that immediately after vaccination, his previously non-existent medical history was suddenly overwhelmed with serious health problems, frequent doctor's visits, and hospitalizations. It took us days to go through Heiko's extensive post-vaccination medical records. Once very healthy, he developed an onslaught of symptoms in just a few months, including neurological issues and a weakened immune system leading to frequent flu. These health issues are not simply due to athletic wear and tear. They indicate serious underlying autoimmune problems. We carefully documented every instance of Heiko's symptoms mentioned in his medical visits, concluding that his post-vaccination symptom history is well documented. Medical professionals have identified initial heart inflammation from the vaccination, irregular heart activity noted during a stress test, and abnormal blood test results. Aside from these findings, Heiko appears healthy, and his joints are in excellent condition during examinations, showing no signs of inflammation or wear. While specialists attribute Heiko's heart inflammation to the vaccination, and some doctors haven't ruled out his other symptoms being vaccine-related, he has yet to receive a definitive diagnosis from the national healthcare system. They don't know what's wrong with him.
I've been hearing exactly the same thing in every single meeting. No solution. They don't want to take any extra test. They are like, yeah, if you know some test, let me know. Or like, who is the immunologist here? Is it me or is it you?
Looking back, Heiko realizes the doctors didn't fully investigate the possibility of an autoimmune disease and didn't conduct all the necessary tests. Unable to find any help from the public healthcare sector, Heiko had to seek answers in private clinics at his own expense, placing a heavy financial burden on himself and his family. After nearly a year of searching for answers, Heiko finally found clarity when consulting with an esteemed immunologist in a private clinic who diagnosed him with an autoimmune disease possibly related to the COVID-19 vaccination. The immune tests revealed an elevated autoimmune marker.
They diagnosed autoimmune disease. So, and now they're saying it's chronic autoimmune disease, that we can just control the symptom with the stable climate and the medicine.
Heiko uses an injectable medication for rheumatoid arthritis symptoms along with steroid tablets. These drugs are commonly prescribed for autoimmune diseases to alleviate both inflammation and pain. Heiko finds his daily drug regimen an unpleasant procedure.
I feel sometimes like I'm some drug addict, some every morning and every evening, so I have to do it.
Steroids, they give me my legs. I can walk. I can't walk like 100%, but at least I can walk. And without steroids, with this kind of weather, it's impossible. I can't even move.
Heiko must avoid long-term use of steroids because of their strong side effects. He has to find another solution. Yet he needs them desperately.
I'm freezing a lot, and I don't tolerate cold weather. My feet are so ice cold. I basically don't feel them, and it's here. I don't feel anything else than just only like uncomfortable pain.
It's like you don't have any blood circulation going down there. He doesn't feel his legs, especially on his feet, because it's so cold, and one moment he doesn't feel it. And make water for him, warm water for him to make his legs a bit warmer. So mentally, it's always up and down. And there's some days it's extra heavy. And then me and Heiko just need to talk about it. How is he doing, or how am I doing? And really just try to be extra nice to each other. Yeah, I have some present for you. Yeah. It's actually vodka. I need to check your feet. You below her mat? Yeah. We've been together for so long, so we know how to handle each other. And I know I can see and I can feel if his day is kind of heavy.
The cost of Heiko's health condition has not only ruined them financially, but has also caused them to lose the life they have so carefully crafted in Norway. Because Heiko's health deteriorates in the cold Norwegian months, they have no other option but to move to Gran Canaria, an island in Spain that has a warm climate all year round. The warm temperatures should alleviate Heiko's symptoms.
I'm hoping it will help him, because if it helps him, it will help me and it will help my kids. I'm kind of open for the idea, but at the same time, I'm kind of scared because, we have 2 kids and I don't have a career in Spain. I can't speak Spanish and it's new culture. I know the kids, they can adapt. But I'm from Philippines, I moved to Norway, I'm 18. So I try to adapt the culture. Now I feel like I already adapted their culture. Been living here for 18 years and I feel like moving again to another country and then adapt again another language and culture and food. It's not easy. It's not easy if you have 2 kids also.
About my kids, that Norway is their home. To move to Spain with the whole family, yeah. It's not even close to something what we would like to do. But it's the only possibility, at least some chance that one day I can live a normal life again. And it's not only me, it's the whole family. Everyone's suffering. Kids basically don't have a father in the winter time.
Heiko, Anne, and their 2 boys must bid farewell to their friends and loved ones in Norway.
Søndag kaos. Men jeg liker det. Mye liv, og så vi sammen da. Som nå, vi har besøk fra naboen. Wow! Benjamin, du skal være der, du skal være en keeper.
Heiko has to leave behind his community of friends and sports enthusiasts.
Kom on.
Halla, står til.
Kom inn. Vil du ha noe drikke, eller?
Det var 25 grader og sol hver dag.
Så derfor jeg venter så mye når jeg kan reise til Gran Canaria og få se hvordan fungerer som varm klima.
Moving to Spain means additional expenses and uncertainty, adding to the already astronomical cost of Heiko's illness. As Heiko is unable to sustain a full-time job, and seeking help from private clinics has devastated them financially.
We couldn't keep up with all the bills, so we are really behind. We can still pay like basic need, but we just owe too much.
In the last 2.5 years, we are basically lost everything. We have been selling everything what we have at home. Bicycles, skis. We have been taking credit cards to just get some help from the private clinics. We've been spending so much money, so much resources, time, our mental health, everything. I need to get something back, everything, all the resources what we've been using here.
Hei, Heiko. Hyggelig å se deg igjen. Ja. Vi tar en prat her inne, vi da. Ja. Vi snakker litt om saken din. Hvordan vi skal få løst den.
Heiko had to hire lawyers to fight for compensation for his vaccine injury.
Dersom Heiko får medhold i at han påført en varig skade, så det sånn i norsk erstatningsrett at han har krav på menerstatning for tap av livskvalitet. Han vil ha krav på erstatning for påført og fremtidig inntektstap, og påførte og fremtidige utgifter.
Heiko hoped for full compensation for his reduced income and all his medical expenses. As quoted from the decision by Patient Injury Compensation,
transient short-term pericarditis is linked to the vaccine, and your client is entitled to compensation.
For the 2.5 years of this horrific nightmare, Heiko would only receive about $140 in compensation.
Norsk pasientskadeerstatning mener at Heiko bare har en forbigående skade, og at plagene han har I dag ikke skyldes vaksinen.
The Norwegian system of patient injury compensation does not recognize any of Heiko's autoimmune symptoms as vaccine-related.
There is no permanent and significant injury. There is no basis to claim that the vaccine can cause conditions such as fatigue, tiredness, or general pain lasting beyond 4 to 6 weeks. Such conditions occur frequently in the general population and can be due to many factors.
In other words, all of Heiko's health problems, except for the heart problem, simply happen to occur coincidentally around the time of his vaccination, but are not caused by the vaccination. Heiko appealed the compensation decision, but the process can take a long time. Over the years, Heiko has remained committed to his rehabilitation regimen, showing up whenever his body allows him to. Yet, without physical activity, the pain and stiffness intensify.
Because in the morning I'm normally in rehabilitation or swimming pool, and evenings I'm here with the kids.
He still focuses on what he's always focused on. He has a number of the number of Ironman races he wants to do, and the number of Norsemans and the number of Keltmans, and he still aims to finish them. He still aims to complete that number.
Og prøver å gi han håpet på det selv også, da, når han har litt tunge stunder. Ja, det klart. Heiko definitivt en fyr som ikke kommer til å gi opp, slik jeg kjenner han I hvert fall. Og det en som kan komme seg gjennom det her og kjempe seg gjennom det, så det Heiko.
It's like it's my biggest battle in my life. That's like I have to beat it. I'm still fighting, and I hope if I will get 80% of my health back where it used to be, I will be really happy.
I know that he needs, get his physique back again, with all the pains, and he needs to be himself again. And I just assume that he also needs financial help, because I know that he hasn't been able to work for a while, at not least full time anyway. So any help Heiko can get, I think, would be valuable.
Heiko has decided to move to Spain for a month by himself to test how the warm weather impacts his health and to organize a new home and school for the kids.
hopefully this warm weather will help that I can get my life back.
And all are going round. I'll see when the leaves fall down.
If you'd like to support Heiko and his family in their journey to build a new life and continue the search for treatments and doctors, please consider donating directly to Heiko.